Could you tell us who you are and what you're running for?
I'm Tony Moore. I run for Mayor of Winterville to give back to the community. This community has given me so much that dedicated my life to it.
And you've given a lot of your years to public service. What keeps you showing up for this community to this day?
The Lord allows me to stay here. He's got a purpose. I'll leave once he's done. No, not long to what needs me.
Yeah. For the people that know you, what would they be surprised to learn about you?
Well, the new ones here don't know me that well. The old ones know me as a guy who used to ride a garbage truck. Used to read the meters. And I started out at Winterville as building inspector and that's sewer plant. And what did I know about either one of those jobs? So I was here for 3 months with the town, and I asked if I could go to Appalachian State University. And they said, sure. Did you hear that? Sure. So I went 1 quarter. I did interns for city manager, city planning while I was there. So I could be trained at that sewer plant and came back and started working with my knowledge that I gained when I was there. And I worked disadvantaged youth in the summer. I made 17 youth. Federal government paid, I didn't make a dime. In fact, I was with the town 3 years, but 2 more summers I worked free. And we would do anything as a volunteer for people. We work at churches, we work at the school, at police departments, fire departments. Anybody who needed help, we could do it at their house, as long as they get paid. It's fine with me. And it was amazing work. I really enjoyed that.
You started working in the town of Winterville in the 70s. What was your first job and what did you learn from it?
Well, I really didn't do any building inspection. They put me with a shovel, and I put in sewer lines, water lines. I worked to the electric department. In fact, I went to my supervisor just to see how the kind of person I was. You know, about one of the machine shop, and it was hot. It was 97 degrees. I worked on power utilities. I read the meters, and I carried it around a miracle. I went to a meter box, and I'm not supposed to use that thumb, but I use it. That's a miracle.
Oh, wow.
And any job, there weren't 8 employees at that time, but you did a little bit of everything. I just hit volunteer, even though I was paid to do something else. I volunteer. I'm a workaholic.
You even represented Pitt County in the General Assembly. Which of those experiences shaped your leadership the most?
It takes a lot of information to help people. Yeah. And that's what you do every day. When I was a senator, I was stacked this high of people. That's stacked up who were in better treatment prisons. And I would help them be treated better or move closer to home. In fact, I was at a funeral at Winterville Cemetery, and this young man, he was bad to the bone. He was bad. When I ran a recreation park from here for 8 years, 150 kids a day. After 2 years, got rid of the parents. The kids referee and coach for 6 years. I loved it. So I'm in a cemetery, and the man said, "Mr. Moore, you saved my leg." He tried out when the police, and then he was going to take his leg off. Yeah, interceded. I said, "No, they're not." 2 weeks later, he goes to jail again for doing something he shouldn't do. He's formidable. But you know, the people I met along the way can help other people. And information is money, and you can be a better server if you know how. You learn from others. I started working with other people's campaigns when I was in my 20s. Yeah. I was a precinct chair in Malta way back. $2.25 an hour.
Wow.
We can't balance at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning.
And what did you learn on the campaign while you were in there?
On my campaign or their campaign?
Theirs, before you ran.
Corruption, corruption, corruption.
Let me ask you, what was the moment where you were like, I'm ready to leave my town?
Never.
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 Okay.
You don't forget the people you've met here.
Yeah.
The visionary people. Mr. Cox was very much an entrepreneur. He named the town. It's a town of clean water. We had a power plant before Rainbow did. We sold Rainbow Power to him in 1947. In my second year on board, we left Greenville and utility-wise and got 35% reduction utility rates. And before I left, we built on power plant, which is now in Kings Mountain. And right across the road at the interstate, we get some power line, Duke, then comes across and another 20% reduction. And it helps people financially. People are aiding and grifting. Their water and sewer costs is double Winterville's. For 40 years, Winterville was hurt by the cost of Winterville's growth.
I know you said you wanted to do something with abandoned houses in Winterville.
Yes. It took me 15 minutes one time to do a grant to rehab outside the buildings in downtown Winterville. We got double what Greenwood got. It's amazing what you can do being in the right location, right time.
Yes, sir. So what made you decide to run for mayor this time around?
Roads. You're on that board, and we got so many issues about roads and safety. You don't really have a vote. The last mayor before Ricky served 24 years, and he was on that board, but I don't think this health wasn't that good. But we need to have better roads around Winterville and Greenville. Greenville was, up to about 4 years ago, was in the top city in North Carolina with accidents. And then they raised the taxes 40%. That's 40. The newspaper article said 29. Depends on the neighborhood. I live in older part of town, might didn't go that much as other people. But when the value goes up, then your insurance goes up.
And since we're there already, I was going to ask you later on, but I was listening to the budget meeting this year.
Go ahead.
And I saw that it was recommended at some point to possibly think about raising taxes.
Think about it.
And because you want to bring in more revenue.
Why would you want to have more revenue when you got 114% in the bank? The state only requires 8%. What have you done in the last 2 years? Nothing. Show me what you've done. Why do you need to increase? Give me one reason why. What have you done to deal with it? Because it's government money, they'll give you 1%. Well, why would you have so much? What are you going to do with it? We're affecting everybody. A lot of retirees don't make that kind of money. I would call this email or went online this morning. I wouldn't know why in my check was an additional $464 yesterday. I would lose.
Just out of the blue.
Out of the blue. So anyway, and try to live off that money on Social Security.
Yeah. So you're not for that. I'm getting that right now.
Taxes.
You are absolutely not for that.
Yeah. We town manager said either raise taxes 2 cents or we have to let 5 people go. In this summer meeting, they had not hired anybody. So I made a motion to decrease it back. Nobody voted with me. Because it's popular to increase. I said, that's not fair to the people. So why wouldn't you lower it to neutral? You have so much money coming in from Sam's. You don't even need property taxes. Sam's has that kind of income.
Yeah.
That's how we get that kind of money in the bank. But what have you done with the money? It just sits there.
Sir, I have no idea.
You cut out the money for Sarah Law. Why? And I worked hard to get that money. Chamber of Commerce folded twice. I became president twice. And then we give them $20,000 a year for the town. It's a good Chamber of Commerce. We have development. It needs to be developed, a place for development between Old Highway 11 and New Highway 11. It's been sitting there for years. Who's encouraged us to do something there? I remember one time, this company was looking at 2 other states, and it came in, the Pitt County's development people were there. I asked 2 questions to the person in charge of Pitt County. He said, in these 2 states, where is the property? I asked him what the electoral rate was. I don't know. Well, what is the tax rate? I say, what do you know? That determines. So I made a motion to give them no taxes for 5 years and reduce utility rates for 5 years. And they came here. They pay off later down the road. And it did.
Yeah.
Still here. I used to be a sports fish for 25 years. Even though they're an athlete, you can tell, right? I used to train officials. My boss said, he called me up and said, Pitt County School at that time. I was with them 19 years. I've been at Pitt County School for now 52 years.
Yes.
And I said, oh, you want me to do basketball? Yeah. All right, I'll do basketball. That's what I'm basketball. So I in the recreation program too. Then he calls back, oh, for you, looking at you for baseball. All right, boss, it's softball, okay. Then he called me, so I should be the first volleyball bucket agent. I don't know about volleyball, you did volleyball. got 2 good ladies from Aden area. They took care of me. I did the paperwork. They did all the work for me. So I was first. When I worked at Pitt County Schools, I worked 15 months here. Well, and they said, called me over and over again. Superintendent called me and told me, you need to go into business, come over into business. I love a job teaching. I love every kid. I've taught everything you can name. I started at Cox, teaching them science and social studies, and coaching football. I went to North Pitt and taught special education, EMH, 48 kids a day, and they had 12 blocks. And a supervisor came and said, "You did a wonderful job, Tony. You went on." I said, "I'm not certified." They later sent me to school.
They sent you to school.
And then they came back and said, "You need to use this curriculum to teach everybody how to read." Okay. Well, they had a book and want to read. I said to the supervisor, "I'm not going to use it. I refused. You can fire me. It's okay, you know, a job." And it was a paperback book. He said 9 through 12 are the same class, so people knew it was special students. EMH, emotional handicap. Just a strike like that, they'd turn and not remember what happened. And so it had a paperback book with a dancing pig on the front of it from 9 through 12 students. He said, "No, you fire me."
Fire you.
Yeah.
Right, did in there.
Yeah. So Pitt County Schools then called me up the 3rd or 4th time. "It's a check 5 times more make a year if you go into business." I said, "All right, maybe." That's how I started 36 years ago. And who'd believe that story?
Now, let me ask this really quick, because like you said, you've spent over 50 years in education. So how would you partner with the schools or families to help our students succeed?
Well, I looked into having a nonprofit community investments. I was going to do tutorial programs with them. And then they found out I was about to start a charter school. Because 3 board members, education members, asked me to start a charter school. And I thought about it and came close, and I decided not to. Mm-hmm. Because I support schools, and because they heard about it, I decided not to do it. Everybody needs to learn how to read.
Yes.
And we need to do a better job with our teachers, pay more. And my lobbyist, I have a lobbyist in there. I have been in General Assembly this summer, but lobbyist is working with me. She's been there 29 years. And to help the teachers' salaries. But the governor's got to give and take.
And right now, there's no budget still. So that's another issue.
You don't want to work with them. Yeah. A business person, I have to work with people. County Schools tells me they want something. Yes.
Like we discussed earlier, you've helped build parks here, the library, before. So what new projects, if elected as mayor, what new projects or upgrades will most improve everyday life for residents?
And they have recreation facilities where seniors and young adults don't have to bus ride anywhere. They bought 2 trucks, sold land, they've done nothing with it. Why'd you buy the land if you didn't do nothing with it? They just it's on Chapman Street.
Yes.
And nothing's been done with it.
Nothing.
Why? I mean, how can you, what are you getting paid for? One time they doubled their salaries. How dirty is that? You got to justify it. From you go, something you'd be accountable. Why not? Everybody didn't have a car.
Yeah.
Everybody didn't have a license. Recreation centers are good for everybody.
Winterville is growing very quickly. What does responsible growth mean?
First off, Bart and I voted against a place being annexed because we have a development here, duplex, that's been very successful because they put in it, the homeowner association cut grass. So the board members didn't care about that. But that means a lot. If you have somebody else, always manicured, it looks much better than shaggy. Is that not simple? It's like these houses when it came off Highway 11. We wanted more metering for stormwater. Mm-hmm. Didn't care. Mark outvoted. So he became a county commissioner.
Yeah.
So it's we're so hard about that. Required better. We had a ridge around town where the water. The railroad track is even top of the courthouse. One of the highest points of Pitt County. Right here.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
I know that.
Yeah. Mr. Cox sued the railroad and won.
Why did he sue?
They wouldn't even want to put a depot here. We're too small. See, when I worked town, we were at 1,700. Aden was 5,500. Farmville was close to 5,000. Mm-hmm. They would double there. So what we did was, the forefathers did, in the 70s of Reynolds May, for the baseball play for East Carolina, he had all these homes behind Robinson, he called Robinson Heights, Robinson School. That Shamrock, which is across from the post office, those homes, they would build pension funds. And these people had paid 1/4. That's how they would keep their house and have a house. A very successful pro. That's where you do it. They'll never get ahead paying that big rent. That sounds pretty simple.
Sir.
It's not rocket science. If you know how to do the game, you know it.
And so I want to ask you, as Winterville grows, people want reliable services, from the trash to road repairs. What's one of your plans to keep things running smoothly as a town gets bigger?
First, you have to have dedicated employees. Good pay. You get good people. You know, they cut out the recyclables every week.
Every other week now.
Yeah. Poor people can't keep up with that.
Yes, sir. Now, I want to ask you, I know you talked about keeping Winterville safe and affordable and making sure that it's growing in the right direction. What does that look like for families that are living here now?
They're leaving us left and right too. All of my friends leave it. Direction. They've even talked about this board about, and the mayor's talked about not helping fund the Watermelon Festival.
Yes.
Why in the world would you, when you help fund it? It brings people here. Doesn't make any sense. Some things you have to do. I support them. I gave them money. And do it every year. We have all this money sitting here.
And not using it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Moore. You as a person, what's one principle you'll never compromise on? No matter the pressure.
Honesty. Like I tell you a lie.
Yeah. I was thinking about this as you were talking about safety earlier. When families think about safety, it's from the police to the lightings on their street. What improvements would they notice under your leadership?
Well, we already had planned to put nicer lights downtown Winterville. Nothing was done there. We'd already approved to do more cement in the park. That's been done. We'd already approved to start selling lots 2 years ago in August. Nothing's been done there. We'd already, had these 2 pieces of property purchased for recreation. Nothing's been done there. You know why? Because you keep so busy asking questions that you keep the staff so busy they can't get nothing done.
What you're telling me is they've already been approved.
Yes, I was electricities. I was their representative for 20 years, so I had negotiated contracts. They went to the conferences. Why? Why'd you go out by the pay to go? That's when you could give it to Sarah Law. Okay? If you're not, I served as a non-voting member because we're not part of the debt that was created in '78 when they sold they bought a power plant. And they railroad 440 million, they added those 30 million, probably 20 million. But we were not part of that. So we could wheel and deal wheat by utilities. And you create all this debt. Somebody's got to pay that debt. Yeah. 4 out of 5 people who use the library don't leave it down. Because, and you associate. The library is not associated with Pitt County. So the books in that facility, we pay the labor, and that's all we pay, and keep the building up.
Wow.
They used to pay $167,000 a year. Nice library.
Very nice library.
You used to have 21 computers in it.
Very nice library. I know I'm sitting here with a perplexed look on my face because I'm just thinking about what you're saying. Because even with the recreation center, after all these years, it's like we just do a lot of talking about it.
You do. We had more employees. We did a grant. We had more employees in the town has now 3 times more at the recreation field. Years ago. In fact, one of the richest people who's here sometimes, he was our recreation director back then. And we ran it first town. You don't have any more teams than you had before. And does everybody think everybody has internet service? They don't have it. And every kid you miss, when I worked as a coach for Rainbow Lovely, I went to certain schools to recruit players. They don't do it anymore. You don't. Somebody should be at that Robinson and recruit people for each sport.
Yes.
If they can't afford it, then play anyway. Next.
Let them play anyway.
That's right. I charge you $10 from November to March 1st. Usually I pay kids off for $10. That's all it costs you the whole time. Not a day, but $10 the entire period.
The entire time, yes.
That I paid the concessions to pay the people who are working. I paid these high school kids to learn how to be officials.
That's good.
And coaches.
That's cool. I'm sure they enjoyed that too.
Yeah.
Give them something to do.
It's a responsibility.
Yes.
It's good.
Wow. So, Mr. Moore, how can people find you, learn more about your campaign, get in touch with you?
VoteTonyMoore.com.
VoteTonyMoore.com.
Come down to my office.
Okay. Very welcoming in here. The staff is awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm everywhere but at ball park 2 nights this week. I'm involved with the Rotary Club, the Corners Club. I did, in 2009, I did 19 pancake dinners for schools. They get to keep all the money.
Yeah. Is that something you still do?
Yes.
It seems like you really love education in public schools.
Yeah. I tell people I never met a kid who didn't like it. They should have to understand it. You have to know how to teach people. Appalachia taught me a good job to be a teacher. Education is the key to success. You get the best teacher, you pay them good money.
Now, I want you to close out for us. What message would you like to leave to the people of Winterville that will see this video?
Experience counts. Your background and what you've been experiencing helps you make better decisions. You know, things you've done wrong and things you've done right. I can tell you the mistakes I've made, then you don't make them again.
Learn from them and grow.
That's right, learn from them and grow. So I think off of that experience, it does count.
I really appreciate you for taking the time out to talk to me today. I just appreciate your time, Mr. Moore. I really do.
You're welcome.